Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, bringing you a video on something that we rarely even talk about on this channel. I think the only time we really had a conversation pertaining to this character, Sonic, was when the Sonic the Hedgehog live action movie was coming out, and that was basically centered around the ugly first original hedgehog design for Sonic, which has basically become a legacy in a way because the meme lives on. We've recently seen that thing brought back to life in the new Chip and Dale movie, so that's always going to be a thing that's going to be cemented because, you know, of fan reaction and how Paramount promptly fixed that issue. But yeah, that was the last time we talked about Sonic, and now we are talking about Sonic again, and it's all for the wrong reasons. Which is weird because Sonic has had this kind of like cool revitalization thanks in part to the Paramount and the movie side of things. That's been a very excellent thing for the Sonic brand in general, just getting new fans to come in and getting the old people to believe in this character again because of the shitty track record that it's had over the years, thanks largely in part to Sonic Team. That's basically what I want to talk about today because that's something that I have been very iffy about with this new Sonic Frontiers game. Ever since it was announced, I was like just holding my breath on things that I was expecting to see if they would actually deliver, because this has become like a laughing joke, like a running joke at this point, where a company that was once heralded as one of the better ones when it comes to handling their character has essentially become a joke. And we're seeing that now with this new Frontiers game. You know, they just revealed gameplay on IGN, and the reception that it's gotten hasn't really been that good, especially from players who aren't necessarily just super Sonic buffs. I know people say that, oh, if you're not a fan of the franchise, you shouldn't have anything to say about it, but this is supposed to be like a AAA game. This is supposed to be a game that's been made for like the past 3 or 4 years now. It was actually supposed to be released last year, but it was pushed back, I guess, to get further polished. And those actions speak volumes now because this game still has a lot of work to be done. And I don't know if it's right of me to just judge it based off of what we've seen from the teaser or the gameplay, because it was only like, I think, how many minutes? Like a minute and a half or so of gameplay. And you would think with such a small time window to show off gameplay, they would show off something that's gonna get the players captivated to want to buy the game. This should have been a day zero purchase or pre-order, but instead it just serves as a point that I try to make with Team Sega or Sonic Team. I think that's what their name is, Sonic Team. You know, it's like, don't hold your breath when it comes to this company because they're just going to continue to let you down. And it's funny because, like I say, Sonic is more mainstream than he's ever been with the movie side of things, and that's basically like the perfect alley-oop to want to just ride off of that and continue the successful hype train. You want a successful product out of Sonic instead of one mundane thing where it's become a laughingstock at this point. Sonic hasn't been that good since he was like 16-bit. Let's just call it for what it is. It's like, okay, yeah, the adventure games, they were alright. They were a leap into like 3D dimensional territory, but now everything is just kind of like, you know, if you've seen one Sonic game, you kind of seen them all. It's like Sonic Team, they had the perfect foundation laid out for them when Dimps came in and provided the Hedgehog engine for Unleashed. You know, that should have been like the perfect template to move forward. And I'll say to some degree that was. It's like you saw some good games out of it, some kind of mediocre but decent games. I think Generations was one of those games that kind of actually picked up the pieces of the foundation that was laid out for it and kind of ran with it, actually commemorating Sonic's legacy and stuff like that. And this game, funny enough, is supposed to be doing that because this is supposed to be like celebrating the 30th anniversary of Sonic, but this ain't it. This really isn't it. It looks just like what people say it looks like. It looks like a fan-made game using the Unreal Engine. Like, it really just looks really bad, man. Like, I can't describe it in any other way than like, oh, it's like a simulation with no direction. You know, it's like we've had like different tests on how to do open world for Sonic, but I don't think Sonic is meant for open world. I think Sonic, like it needs to be on rails to some extent in order to fully showcase Sonic's abilities and stuff like that. I know Sonic Team has been trying their hardest to find a new template to showcase Sonic's abilities and the gameplay going forward for the next installments. But if this is what they have to go by, the future looks very dark for Sonic. Everything that you see in this thing just looks like different assets that have been reused. And somebody even pointed this out on Twitter, like that they are reusing certain assets from Forces. Like you can see like this ground panel right here that looks like a stage from looks like some assets from a Sonic Forces. And you see other things like random rails being laid out. It just looks a mess, and it looks directionless. I don't understand what the motives are. And one thing that I always like to point out about new games, if you're trying to make a new foundation for a game, at least have a visual makeup that makes it look unique and makes the character look good. Having Sonic in a realistic setting with the usual graphics on Sonic does not highlight his coolness. It doesn't make him look good, and it doesn't make the settings look good. It just makes it look like a mismatch of two different things. Like I would like to see something along the lines that kind of like blurs the line between realism and a little bit of fantasy. Like make the grass look a little cartoony, or make Sonic have like a different kind of texture that kind of blends in with this world. Kind of like how the live action movie does. Like Sonic has realistic fur and things of that nature. So he kind of blends in with the world, even though he's still very cartoony. He has a very cartoony aesthetic. You don't get that with this. You just look like you just dropped Sonic from Forces into this world using the Unreal Engine. You know, it really shows. And like I would like to see more attention to detail. Like what's interactive about this shit? Oh, he's running on walls, but you don't see any kind of debris. You don't see any like grass coming up from under his feet when he runs. Sonic is slower than he's ever been. Like this shit doesn't really just captivate you. And then another thing is like you barely see the enemy types. You don't understand what kind of story it's trying to tell, other than the fact that Sonic has just been dropped into this realistic world or island. You know, it's just things like that. It kind of makes you wonder what they're trying to say, other than the fact that, oh, we just added these pretty rocks. Even the person that's playing this game kind of has this annoying way of just trying to like flex a little bit, like walking around with Sonic and rotating the camera like we haven't been in next gen for I don't know how long. Okay, you've shown off beautiful rocks. Okay, you've shown off how the graphics look, even though certain assets are popping in and out with every camera angle. And that also raises my suspicion too, how this game is going to run, because if you have a super fast character like Sonic running at super speed, how is that going to handle with loading in certain textures and certain assets like the rails and stuff? Like you saw the rails disappearing in and out of the game. You saw all this other stuff. For some reason, the animations where Sonic, you know, like when you do like a freestyle pose after like hitting like a certain ramp, that looks wonky as hell. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Like we don't even really have a definitive release date for this game yet, and it kind of makes you wonder like if it's gonna be dead on arrival. It's already a multi-platform, which raises another issue, because usually anytime you have something that's a multi-plat or a cross-generational title, there's always going to be glitches at hand, because you know the developers have a hard time trying to figure out how to master the game across all platforms. If it's dedicated to one platform or one generational console, you know, it's easier said. You know, it's easier said than done, or whatever. You know, it's like, oh, we can get this game to run smoothly. But now that it's just made for all kind of consoles, like cross-gen, it's probably gonna have a butt ton of issues. You know, it's like this could go down in history as one of the worst Sonic games. It could be there right up in that upper echelon of bad Sonic games like Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom, which it's kind of giving me heavy Boom vibes, because people were like hyping up Boom, saying it was going to be like the Uncharted version of Sonic. And this one right here, it's like, it's acting like it's going to be that Breath of the Wild version of Sonic, but it's just this directionless mess. No voiceover for Sonic, like just weird old Sonic. It kind of puts you in the mind of one of those YouTube videos where you know you can like get a YouTube video that has like a 777 hertz frequency to kind of let you meditate, or you can get one of those videos that helps you relax or go to sleep. It kind of puts me in the mind of one of those things, you know what I'm saying? Like If you guys remember this game called Flower on the PS3, which you just control the wind and you just collect flowers and leaves and stuff and try to bring color back to the world. That's what this puts me in the mind of. Like I said, it just sucks that Sonic Team has had so many opportunities to just give us a Sonic game. We don't even really ask for much. We're not asking for these super weird gimmicks or something just brand new. Just bring Sonic back to his true formula that, you know, just made him thrive. You know, like give us something with balanced controls, something that actually has direction. You know what I'm saying? This kind of helps me appreciate Lost World more. But anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about, man. I'm just kind of frustrated with this company and all the things that they're doing right now with Sonic. Seems like every time we think we're on the right track, they remind us why they are Team Sonic or Sonic Team. I can't even get the name right. But anyways, guys, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Like I said, this is an impromptu video, so if I make a couple mistakes or just mess up stuff, I'm trying to figure out how to do this without having like a scripted layout for every video, because that can be very time consuming, man. And your voice very busy. But yeah, this is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, bringing you another video. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.